Libra, Libra, Libra. How you doing? Because I think that you're expecting either a baby or some news, or expecting the worst is what I'm hearing for you. For a few channel messages first before, could have a lot to do with Scorpio energy. I feel in your energy at the moment that somebody could be ill, like sick or ill, because I'm hearing ill will, or somebody that may have died and that they could have left a will to somebody, or somebody's drawing up their will, is what, or the name Bill or Willie Fogg. But like something to do with Claudio or Claude, but expecting something to be delivered is what I'm hearing. Now I don't know whether this is a baby or something that you've ordered is expecting to be delivered, or something that say like if you've got kids or children, we're expecting like grandchildren, or I'm expecting the worst when my kids go to visit, say ex-partner and stuff like that is what I'm hearing. Like, but I don't know if this is in the family where I'm expecting some bad news from the doctors, or I'm expecting some kind of expecting the worst. But there seems to be a lot of expectations, vocation. Like I'm expecting a vacation. Sorry, I'm just kind of being distracted at the moment. Yeah, that's what they keep saying though, expecting something. But a lot of you, like I said, it's delivery, like a delivery service. Like you're expecting something to be delivered. But like a cloud is what I'm picking up. Like clouds of vapor, or like in a shop called Clouds, or a clown, or Claudio, or Claudia, or Lorraine, or Kelly, or so names. But I'm expecting like a cloud on the lung is what I'm hearing, like my iron lung or lungs, like I need a liver function test is what they're saying, like liver function or lung function, like someone's breathing apparatus, or like I don't know, it could be something like me where I have to go to the hospital in order to but for me it's CPAP, but I'm picking up that someone's like an elderly patient, or somebody that's on like a breathing machine is what I'm hearing, like a breathing machine, or like I'm ordered a machine, okay, or Charlie, somebody could be on the old cocaine, but I'm definitely hearing Charlie or Charlie Sheen. So if you haven't met my channel before and you think that I'm very strange and very weird, if you haven't seen the video that explains about numerology, the way I read, and also tarot, it's very important, okay? But also, if you haven't seen where I said about the Akashic records and the ladder that you pull across to reach the top book, but there isn't really a top, very important, is actually on the community tab, okay, of the video. Really important to listen to, Libra, because it's free info there. But the book that I actually reached was the Death List, and that was why I put out a video called the Death List. And unfortunately, I don't know whether that's a gift or something, that a burden that I have to carry of a book that I've read. Okay, so I'm hearing eat, read, or reading, or reedy, or Damien Reedy, or something to do with read, or a name of read in it, but read or book. But like eat, read, the same. But like that kind of name. Okay, but I'm picking up like we're expecting, because I keep picking up like this container of like oxygen and like a, but that really could be something simple like CPAP, like I have, which is saying something about witches. If you're cross-watching Virgo and you're relating to a 9, possible Piscean, but Piscean isn't divisible, that's why it could be 3. Pisces, Libra, very difficult to divide of a number. Okay, don't worry about it, but you can watch the video. But something around Virgo energy, okay, and because I'm picking up like clouds of something, clouds, but that could be shadow, and it could be breathing, and it could be breeding. You see, some of you're going to relate to the like I'm expecting a child, or I'm expecting the in-laws, or Laura or something is involved. But like I'm expecting some news about an illness from a party of some sort. Okay, some of you could be going to a party and it might be involving Taurus. I think it's still Taurus parties, right? But like I'm expecting, because this is also publicical, the publical party. Sorry, very quickly, the list that I reached, I feel, is the book of the list of names that I was given of 4. And then, but they said that there's going to be more, and there's certain things in videos that I can't say, but they're definitely, I've got these names in my head, and I think that there's two more. One of them was Percy, and the other one was actually also called Steve. And that's why it kind of freaked me out. I don't think I should say these names. Okay, so just be aware that when these names come up of this list that I have in my head of the Book of Shadows, is the Karmic Book of Shadows. It's actually on Facebook. It's one of my old channels. But yeah, there is the Karmic book that I reached up in the sky of the Akashic Records was a death list and a death wish, and it's someone around Aquarian. Well, I'm sorry, and I'm going to have to put this out there because I am a medium, and in order for me to do this is why it's very difficult. Okay, I have a cousin also, Kelly, right, which is also with somebody that's Steve, that is also Libra, and as far as I know, that person has also been very ill. So sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, but there's going to be some bad news. I'm sorry, but there is really going to be some bad news. Wow, yeah, there is. I'm sorry, but for you guys, I don't know if these people watch my channel or not, because I don't really direct people to this, just because they're family, they're people. I'm very strange and I'm very weird. Okay, and when you reach a book up there of the death list, okay, obviously if you believe in me and you know that I predict future, Prince Philip, so on and so forth, the 4 people that actually passed in my town, and then I've done the death wish list video. I'm also picking up Lissa or Melissa or something, or so. I don't want to channel names just in case people think, oh, that's my name. Okay, so calm down, Libra. But if there is anybody that is extremely ill in your family, and you don't have to listen to these messages, okay? Very important, a waiver, okay? Just, if you're very, very, and you don't believe in all of these kind of things. Me, I believe in death because I believe in life. So me, for instance, whatever it is whatever is preordained of a destiny anyway. So it doesn't matter whether I channel it or not, and whether anybody gets any news then or now. But they are saying that there is going to be some kind of news that is there for you, Libra, that could either one, like I said, it could be oneself, but again, it's somebody that is like on breathing apparatus, an older person, or someone that's really been struggling around breathing. I would rather be the one that also gives you that message as well to prepare you, because they're saying that there's some sort of needing to rearrange and prepare some kind of funeral service here. And it is around somebody that could be in hospital and also ill. And there's something to do with around a Will or William. Also, there's another name, William. That is I have had 3 more names. William, Percy Baxter, William, and also... but these are people I know in my town. So if these are relating with you and there's some sort of paradox here around Aquarian energy, or an 8, Leo also would be involved, and also an Aquarian. But this is the most difficult part, Libra, of what I try to get people to understand, is that I read numerology. So as soon as I shout out, right, say Leo, for instance, right, an 8, I'm numerology reading Leo, but Leo is an 8, right, so I'm reading from 8, right, which is also an Aquarian. But if you have that in your moon, and you know somebody, say, that has a moon sign, Leo, but you have Leo in your chart, that's the comparison of what I put the pieces together of why a lot of these messages relate with you, and also your relations, right? Because it doesn't matter whether you watch a numerology number from your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus or Jupiter, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Because I'm reading Akashic Records, right? So to basis my theory of what I read, no info from Google, just physical book of knowledge, right? Channel the Akashic Records, right? If you don't understand what that is, please watch it below. The only reason I go over this, Libra, is because of the important messages that are here for you. And for anybody to really understand, if they just find the channel, because it's public knowledge, okay, it's very important to check out other things that I do and the way that I read and why I read, okay? So, numerology. If it was Leo, it would also be Aquarius, right? Because it's 8. It's involving those people, okay? You as also Libra, so you could have this in your chart, your family members could also, okay? But I'm definitely hearing death wish around Aquarian energy, but it would also relate to Leo because it is an 8. So there could be star signs or numerology, but the same, right? And also Libra, Okay, so Libra, they are saying that there is some kind of list here that, or Melissa or Lissa or something to do with that, right? Also involving Emily, Emma, Maria, and Melanie. Okay, all these people within soul groups of people. Okay, they could be pieces of news that you find out from people also. I have to make that also publicly known. Okay, Akashic records, things, witness, judgment. Big judgment energy here for you guys. Okay, so arranging flowers, funerals. For some of you guys, where I have to kind of come off that energy, because it really is here for a lot of you, right? It really is. Okay. This is the expecting. See, somebody is expecting something to happen to a person here. I think the family. If I'm channeling from family to a person, then that's what I'm channeling. Is that you guys already kind of know, and you kind of feel that we are making arrangements for like funerals, or we are making because this could have already happened to some, but it depends on your deacon of your star sign and numerology. Because I always believe of, like they say, when your time is up, your time is up, and when it is, not everybody's time is up is exactly the same as everybody else's time, but because you're dealing with metaphysics, you see. So you've kind of got these energies here where I brought out the video of the death list. Okay, it was the Akashic book that I reached, which was, I mean, honestly, Libra, I'll ask you guys, do you think that is a gift, or do you think that is a hindrance for me to have that knowledge? You know, just putting that one out there. Okay, so also, man, I get paranoid. If I ever look this way, right, I'm not reading from anything, right? It's a red light. Red means recording, right? There's a red light there, and it shines in a mirror here, and it shows me that it's recording, okay? Because some people are skeptics, and they're like, where did you get all this? No, bruv, it's here, it's a medium, okay? Just have to make that sure. So something to do with Gary, or Shaw, or Tina. It might also be involved. Gary Shaw. Keep hearing Shaw, the name Shaw. It's been coming up for a while. But to popular belief of common knowledge, I actually channeled in another reading, I think it was Gemini, around a Percy Baxter that may die, okay? Sorry, or could be ill, okay? But I'm hearing something to do around Baxter, or Percy, or Purcell, okay? Something involving these names. Doesn't have to be the people that pass. It can just mean names, okay? But Percy, Purcell, Perce, Baxter, okay? But William also, Will or Bill, okay? Those kind of names, okay? But they could also be family members that are coming through, okay? So some family members could be expecting in order to be able to cope and deal with this energy at this time, okay? But popular belief, one of my friends actually let me know that there is a person that used to be very interested in me doing this, and I don't know if she ever found this channel or not through my public Facebook page, but was actually Shaw, right? I actually got told last night, right? Shaw. So that name is there, Shaw, okay? So I'll just put these out there, okay? So there is a list in my head, whatever names they are that come up, because you can't change your future. You see, the future is of what I say. It can't be changed. Like, you can't change it, right? You can never change your future because it's preordained. Things happen, okay, in life, Libra, okay? So you've got those energies. Whatever they may relate to you, my condolences and everything, if anything does happen, okay, or has, okay? So some of you, you're expecting something also to be delivered, right? You're expecting something to be delivered. A lot of you, this is news that you feel is going to be delivered to you, okay? Some of you, it could be a child that you could be expecting, because this is what I'm hearing is, I'm expecting. But every time I go to that energy of what they're saying about expecting, I keep hearing the worst, okay? So I'm expecting the worst. So I don't know if this is like where you're expecting people over, or like children that you may have going off to see X, or people are coming to visit and you're like, you know what, I'm expecting the worst, or some sort of news that you may have around a job or something, and we're expecting the worst, okay? But they keep saying first the worst, second the best, you're the dirty loser. So some of you here, you could really be going to court, okay, and that you're expecting like the worst, that you're going to have to go to court, or that you're going to get caught. You see, there's this energy of fear that is here. It's around Leo, right? Is what I'm picking up. And it's like I'm feared, like I fear now. Like I'm adding fear in Adam and Eve, something also to do with Gemini. So these messages were in Gemini reading. So because Gemini is also a 6, it can also be related to a Capricorn, or a life path, or a healing year number. Okay? So you've got these where I'm expecting the worst news, like, or I'm expecting something to be delivered, but I don't know if it's going to show up on time, right, is what I'm hearing. Like, I don't know if people are going to show up, and it's like arranging something, but I don't know if people are going to turn up and come, okay, which could be a party, which could be where, like, if it is a party and it's Taurus, and you're having a real beef with, like, family, you kind of got this energy of, like, well, we're expecting the fact that you're going to come, right, Libra, and you're like, well, to be honest, every time I come, I always expect the worst news from people, or whatever, or like I always end up like having to let you down because I can't, because I've got to work and blah blah blah. And the family are kind of like, well, we're expecting you to come, and you're kind of like, well, yeah, well, you can expect whatever you like, but it might be good or bad news. I can't really tell you yet, bruv. Right? So you've kind of got those like expecting the worst, but it could be family that are expecting the worst. You see, so. Teetering my way around this energy of condolences or console, something to do with soul, Sally, or soul. I keep saying soul, but soul. Oh, okay. So they're now getting me to look at soul, which is the court thing, right? Which was Heisenberg. Something to do with Heisen or Berg. Or Burgess, or Aspergus, someone that has like Aspergus or something like that, and people that work with children or some sort of Aspergus, right, is what they're saying. But like Spurs, Tottenham from Liverpool. Well, no, not, Tottenham Hotspur is Tottenham Hotspur. It's up north, right? London, something to do with someone around London. Yeah, Tottenham, London. But Spurs, like they keep saying like Spurs in, like, I don't know, like a chemical of Spurs, like breathing like in, and you're like someone's breathing in, oh, what on earth is that they get me to look at? Like, what do they call that that's used to be in the roof before, like when you, like they don't have it now, but not because they ended up making like sheet roofing of congregated iron, but before it was like extremely toxic. Whatever that, I'm picking up like Spurs being breathed in. Like I can't breathe in anything, it has to be pure oxygen. Or like spurs in the blood. Like, I don't know, what on earth is that? Spurs. Or Tottenham Hotspur, football team. But like London. Or Spurs. Burgess. Paula. Burgess. I know a Paula. So that was Scorpio. So Scorpio. Someone's expecting some kind of very strange news around something medical here, around breathing apparatus or something like that, or Jim, Jaylee and Juice and Justin, Jasmine, but like, or the gym, like going to physical gym like this, and like apparatus, and like, we need to buy some apparatus for the gym, and we don't know if we can, what? We need to buy apparatus for Jim, or Julia, or Jason, Jasmine. I'm kind of getting messages from past readings of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Libra, if I'm honest. Keep saying J. Breathing. I don't know what this is for. Something around Scorpio. You've got big death card showing up. Please don't let this freak anybody out, because this is where everybody's like, bruv, I've got to stay away from him. Like, you know, like he predicts death. You know, I can't help it. It's like I said to you. I mean, I'll ask Libra, because y'all guys are fair, right? Y'all good with advice. Do y'all think that this is a gift? Or do you think that it, like reaching that book of a list of being able to predict death, do you think that that is like easy for me? But do you think that that is a gift, or do you think that it is, because Spirit wouldn't see it that way. Spirit would see, well, because me, I have a lot of Scorpio energies, right? I have Scorpio rising, I have a Scorpio north node, and I have Scorpio in the 12th house. that represents planets of wherever it needs to be for me to do this. It all means Akashic records, speaking to the deceased, you know, prediction of death, also prediction of what, reading from the Akashic records, right? So Neptune, first house, like, you know, everywhere, the furthest planet out in order to be able to reach it, right? Here is how I see it. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's a bit in it. It's a bit in it. See, Stephen King, Steve. Could even be me, Michelle, right? The person I used to go out with, I used to call you Mimi, long time ago, right? Michelle. So anybody also called Michelle, or Liam, right? Liam Nielsen, but Liam or Neil, or O'Neill, Shane O'Neill, right? O'Neill, Shane, Laney, Laney, Lorraine. I think I said that one before. I mean, these are just names, man. I mean, they can even be deceased loved ones as well. I can't ever work it out, brother. I just have to give you the names and the... Well, you see, names and dates. My spirit keeps telling me, when I'm open and I'm doing this, they keep telling me of this death list of names and dates. Because the prediction of birth that I said was £8 8 ounces. Right? Also the name. Also the child. It was also involving Libra. Right? Cameron. Cam. Or anybody else called Cam or Cameron. But just involving these people. Cannon. Also, Cannon. Cannon. I don't know what they mean. But if they mean something to you, Libra, they mean something to you. Okay? So just for records, the day of me doing this is the 11th. Is the 11th when I'm recording this. So just of reference of these, because I feel these are quite important milestones in life. And I always feel like a book of reference of what I read from is basically a book of reference of what I make now. So because if I did this, and say if you believe in past life, and I did this before, and I made a book of reference here, of the Book of Shadows, of the Book of Knowledge, then the book that I reach is the book that I wrote before, which is scripture, right? Which is reading from a book, which is Akashic Records, right? So, me, I mean, I have Libra Rahu, right? So, well, different places of, if you look at Vedic, but I'm not an astrologer. I just read from whatever they tell me whenever they tell me. So, yeah. Anyway, a few strange messages there for you, Libra. So, whew, on a brighter note, how is everybody after that? You're all right. Well, I also heard the name Shepherd as well. Shepherd. Something around those lines. Okay, so if anybody from my town is following, okay, and you don't believe in it, Fred, okay, Fred is here, okay, Freddy, okay, so, oh, yeah, Fred is also here. You alright, Fred? There was someone else in my energy where, because I relate messages to films and things like that. That's how they get me in my mind to start channeling from a soul, okay, so I picked up a long time ago, which was the film Rick Mail, so the name Ricky, or Rick, right? There you go, Michelle. A long time ago where it was Drop Dead Fred, right? Which was the film Drop Dead Fred with Rick Mail in it, right? Then it was Ted, Dead in a Bed, somebody also called Ted. These are all relating to people that are in the same relations, or are in the same, of Shepherd, okay, of Shepherd, Ted, Dad, Fred, cousin, right, or, you know, whatever, but Shepherd also, okay, so the name Shepherd. So if anybody is watching, Fred, Shepherd, was also a part of something that, I'm sorry, but it's very strange when you're a medium. Not a lot of people understand, okay, but yeah, just those names also for you, okay, whatever they mean to you. So let's have a look. What's mean to you? Somebody who's very mean. That's what they're saying, very mean to you. I'm sorry that I was mean to you. So there's a spirit here. I don't know what that means to somebody, but they're saying, I'm very sorry that I was mean to you. I'm very sorry I was mean. Okay. So, anyway, let's go on. So, man, I am so distracted. I wasn't expecting this first thing in the morning, Libra, right, for my first reading. But let's have a look. So, we're looking at your partner. Thoughts. Sorry, I really need to slap my soul back in my human body, right, because my head's out there. Ed, the name Ed, Eddie, Ted, Ed, right, your dad. You could have a Libra placement or somewhere of two. Or these people, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Ted, your dad. Teddy, Ted. Okay. Ed. Edmonds. Edwina. Mina Edwina. Mean Edwina. Or what you being mean about, Edwina? But what you being mean about, Ed? So you're being mean, Ed. You're being mean, Ed. Meat Ed? Somebody called Meat Ed. Really? You're right there, Meat Ed? Meat Ed. Can you go and meet Ed? Okay, this is, man. Libra, they're saying, can you go and meet Ted or Ed? Can you go and meet Ed? Eddie. Can you go and meet Eddie? Whether that be a prediction or something that comes up for any of you guys, I don't know. But can you go and meet Ted, or can you go and meet Ed? Right. Anyway, Fit is a butcher's dog. Something to do with Fit. Okay, man, yo, getting a lot of energy. Fitbit, like fit, like having fits. That's it. Sorry, like a seizure. Like a seizure, like a fit, like he's having an epileptic fit, or someone that suffers from epilepsy. I mean, do you work for these sort of people? I mean, it can be something as simple as that, Libra. Oh man, this is really getting me to look at another name now, man. I'm no. Anyway, okay, let's have a look. I think I said it in another reading anyway, but it was on Patron where I give over that info. So anyway, let's have a look. What does Libra's partner think and feel about Libra? That you're confusing, Libra. That you are like smoke and mirrors. Smoke me a kipper, I have got no idea. I don't. At the moment, I am feeling very lost and confused. I really don't know. You've got like a Cancerian energy really, but also Scorpio possible. But yeah, confused. So I mean, somebody out there feels that you're very deceptive, Libra. I mean, in certain ways, right? But it can be anybody. But like, you know, they feel that there's more smoke and mirrors to this. Like, there's more of a conclusion of trying to. Because it's lead me into temptation, which means that if people are very tempted around you, Libra, right, they're very tempted and allured by your sexiness or whatever, right, and they're very alluring, there's this energy of here of like, I can't see my way through this. I think that, because this can also come up as what's going on in soul group energies, right, but I can't see my way through this at the moment. Like, my head is so cloudy and is so foggy at the moment, and there is so much going on. I don't think I even have time to worry about a relationship or anybody else. Even if you're in partnership, it feels like that there's so much going on. I don't feel as if I even really have time in order to think straight, because I can't. Because my head is filled with willy fog, right? So I don't know if anybody is like clouding or something like that, because I'm picking up like breathing. Like, so, like my head is so cloudy and so foggy at the moment. I can't even possibly think about anybody else but myself, to be honest. And that is here. But I'll try and read it as partners, but don't forget, partners are also soul group energies, right? So, which means that people around you, external, your ex, also very judgmental is what I'm hearing. Ex is very judgmental. Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, or very judgmental energies. from whoever. Trevor, also from a person called Trevor. Okay. Let's see, Libra, how does Libra's partner feel about Libra? The Tower, very dynamic ending. That there has been major things going on in your life, Libra. People around you see at the moment that you're really going through something quite traumatic in your life. It could even be, like I said, it could be like a hornet's nest of just so much is in my head at the moment that I can't possibly think straight. Like there are a lot of, I'm hearing, I can't think straight in my head because there's been a lot of people that are died, right? That are died here. A lot of people. And me, like I said, man, I've predicted them all, right? But yeah, I can't think straight, man. I just can't seem to, like, I can't get this out of my head now. And that's the only problem of what I carry as a burden of also this being that. Because it is also implanting fear into people's head if they really don't know what they're doing around tarot and they're so used to just a generic cup and fish that me doing this can really, like, 3113 on the clock. So you're dealing with 4 and 4, Scorpio, 8 Libra, Scorpio energies, but you're also dealing with Leo and Aquarian. Leo Aquarius energy. But, so trust me, I don't miss a thing. I don't even worry about a thing, baby. Stephen, again, Steve, another person called Steve, but whoever here. I mean, this is you guys looking at me, I'm just letting you know that as well. Seeing that I'm confusing a few people here, right, that I've made them worry, and that is my apology. But, you know, I mean, God's honest truth, I don't want to add to your fear, and if I really freak you out, then I can do nothing but really just keep doing my job, you know. But I'm picking up that I'm freaked out. Freak out. Don't freak out. Anyway, let's have a look. But I'll try and take this back into a generic way if it's nothing, if you've got none of these references whatsoever. So I'm hearing that you haven't got any references, like a referee coach for football or something, or like a referee coach or a coach, someone that drives for a living, like coaches and stuff like that. Or people that say that they're a life coach. you don't want that burden of thinking that you've got people's lives in your hands for a life coach, bro. Right, you know, me, I'm an advisor all day long. It's up to you what you take. But a coach, I keep hearing a coach trip or a coach company, travel company, all this kind of thing. But like coaching, catfishing. You see, catfishing. Ooh. It gets more dramatic always around Libra. Catfish, something also to do around a fish, Piscean, catfish, catbait, fish bait, jailbait. Oh dear, either prison or somebody that's jailbait, man, in jail. I'm hearing in jail, somebody's already in prison. Well, jailbait, oh man, these dirty energies, man, I don't want to contact this stuff. Man, jailbait in Britain, when you say jailbait, right, that means someone that is not of the age of consent. But jailbait can also mean a younger person, right, just out there, just putting that out there. But something around like jail for, like, was jailed for molested, or the name that represents that kind of energy. Also, again, I have to be very careful around my advertisers because they get hold of this and they're kind of like so something begins with M anyway, like, I don't know, somebody even in someone's soul group here is having an awakening, but is also like having an emotional breakdown, or is having some kind of situation around, I mean, I don't know why I heard the prison thing. That's only relating for people that know people are in prison, right? Just, you know. But I'm definitely hearing, though, that somebody of M, right, M, that begins with M or E-M, right? But those references of numbers, because I'm seeing the numbers, but because they sound the same, we're looking at anybody of name that begins with M, okay, like Michelle, Michael, all those kind of energies, right? But then also people that have like EM, which would be Emma or Emily or I don't know, M. Okay, but somebody here is having an emotional breakdown. They're triggering. This person's triggering and bringing the whole lot down, which means that if somebody is invited over, somebody's worried that they're going to bring the crowd down, which means like, well, I don't really want to bring everybody down with me, because somebody's emotionally having a breakdown here, an emotional breakdown, right? Which means that in your soul groups of people that you may know of, could be relating to around Scorpio, but big Cancerian life path 7 or healing year number 7, because you've got 2 of them straight out on the bat here. So somebody is at a breakdown, like a service of car or Cancerian or 7, but it's involving somebody of that nature here, where somebody is having an emotional awakening but also breakdown, right? This is a serious an awakening, right? An epiphany. But during those times, whew, right, it's a mirror. It's a mirror. So if you notice around this time, right, this time here, I started coming out with the Akashic Book of Records reading, the tension, the fight, the strain, fight or flight, when to argue, when not to, who's to blame, blah, blah, blah. Then it went into the Akashic Book of Records and the library that you pull along in order to get to the top shelf book. Okay, you read from books at the bottom. Slowly as you ascend, you get to the top book that isn't, because it's metaphysics. So you reach certain pinnacle points of an awakening here, right? So this. So as a reflection of someone that's gone through this, that's having an emotional breakdown, the other person as a reflection is having an awakening to this. Right here, or if not, right, because you're definitely dealing with afraid not, which is a Piscean, all day long is in this energy, right, somewhere. Pisceos, Paula, Pisceos, what, Pisceo? I don't know what that means, but speaking in tongues, right, Pisceos. But like Fruit Loops, Fruit Loops, or Loops. Oh, is that some? Hold on a minute. There's a name here somewhere that used to do tarot, does, right? Rich Loops, is it Rich Loops? I don't know. I don't know if that involves. I don't watch the person. I'm sorry, I just don't. But I had Rich Loops, because I had Fruit Loops, right? But then. Like, I'm thinking of like loops of like, well, what on earth does loops mean? And then I had Rich or Richard or Rachel. Richard, Richie, Riches, okay? But R, anybody beginning with R, okay, R. But like loops also, like music that I do, loops. But somebody's definitely going loopy also. I'll just put that one there. So, man, this is a very strange reading for... Oh, man, it's early. Well, it's not now. What is it? 11:15. 11:15. But, well, it's heavy energy, Libra. I also went to the gym last night, and I am absolutely aching through lifting those weights. Anyway, get on with your reading. Libra, how does Libra's partner think and feel? But these are external people. 3 of Wands in reverse. You could be dealing with a Piscean, right? But an odd number. The odd one out. I don't know, man. I really don't know anymore. Like, I don't know whether to return to the person. I don't know whether they're going to reply even if I ask. And I don't even really know if I want to. I'm having an emotional breakdown here. So, family see this person of going through that, right? They see people externally that somebody is having an emotional breakdown. They're being triggered. They're losing the plot-ish. That's how difficult soulmate energy is, right? Because it's extreme healing. This is what I was saying to you. I don't believe in crystals and stuff like that through that video. Why is that? Because we live in purgatory. We are in purgatory. We are in the dark. We go towards the light of the end of the tunnel. So the most thing that ever really gives me my gift of healing is the further I experience my karma. I have to experience those times to be able to feel my energy around what that is. I want to know about dark energy, man, because I'm a Scorpio, so I live in the dark, man. Y'all in here with me, right? So you're in here with me. I'll teach you about the dark and how to navigate yourself through it, of realizing that the one source of energy that will physically heal you the most is death, right? It really is. Because the further you go towards your time spent here, you're paying back your karma for a reward of what we see as the ending that we don't want. But the healing energy is the more you go through that pain and that turmoil of these energies, it heals you the further you experience your life. You get more wise, you get wisdom, right? But spiritually, the best healing thing ever is the pure spirit, right? It's pure spirit. It's not alcohol and booze, bruv. It's spirit, right? Spirit keeps the spirit alive, right? So you get these energies that heal you naturally. So the further you experience your karma of being in purgatory anyway, the further you're going to get of actually realising the thing that has my back is spirit. Because it's teaching me about darkness. Right? I told you, I have Scorpio, a lot of placements. I am the end. I am Jim Morrison. You know, I have a foot on the other side, right? So, a few of them. But, you know, people are strange, right? But, you know, I've read the book. I've read the ending. It's the way I see Scorpio. I've already read the ending of life. I've read the book of life. And I've read the book of death. Right? I have the book of life and the book of death. Sorry, but it's very weird because my head's lost at the moment. Libra. But the book of death and the book of life. Right? Michael Aspel. Something to do with Michael. Or like, this is your life. I'm hearing a few more names. Right. Anything beginning with L, right? L, or even El Zabub, around a Capricorn energy, right? But L. Okay. Anyway, coming out of the extreme dark energy here, there's been a lot going on between you two. If you're in a relationship here, there's been a lot of dynamics and things that you've seen. I feel a lot of you, if I'm honest, you or this person really isn't in a relationship at this time. And if they are, they haven't got time for it. They really haven't got time for a relationship. Because there's a lot of control here. There's a lot of endings here. If somebody is in a relationship here and somebody's tormenting a person whilst going through these sort of times and they're not the greatest support for you, then you've got a lot on yourself, Libra. You've got a lot to contend with. Because if you're in partnership, but you're in like a narcissistic energy of what you can't escape from, ever, which is the karma itself, but you'll see it as a human. But if you're in a circumstance that you find you really can't get out of, and this person isn't supporting you, man, y'all got a lot on, family-wise. Y'all got a hell of a lot going on here, right? What y'all really need in this is good friends around you to support you through this time here, right? Somebody that actually gives a shit, right here. But, well, people that have got time, right? Because time is very much here. Time is up. Time is of an essence. This is all metaphysical time. Time is of an essence, right? Evanescence, Evie, Devi, Evie, Evie, Stevie, Steve, right? But something is going on here that ain't quite right, right? Y'all got a lot going on. This is karma showing itself up here. Someone's showing themselves up or feel as if they're being showed up. Like, because your energy was, I'm fear of what's to come. Like, I'm fear of the return. Right, I'm worried about the return of what I'm going to get for something that's happened, which means that people may have abused things in life of drugs, alcohol or drink, or abused oneself, and then somebody starts worrying about abuse, right? Because y'all going to be thinking it. So during these times, normally this is where like, man, I'm going to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop, you know, but like people that start worrying about what's to come, like what is to come, like, because I really don't know. Like, I'm worried now, like I am worried here, of what to expect for my future, for what I may have done myself, but I may have also done to myself. I'm worried now that it may be too late for what it is that I've done to myself, because I'm also hearing, it's too late, baby, now it's too late, right? Something to do with around babies, around like children, kids, children here. They do represent the same thing, by the way, but when I say kids, I mean young kids to adults of children. But like, something around that is too late now. Now I'm in regret. Like, I wish I hadn't have done that. Now I realise that I have. Now what do I do to undo my karma? How do I undo the past? You can't. You have to learn to live with it. You can try to make amends. You can always try to make amends with somebody here. It's never too late to make amends. Trust me, because you'll never know what the other people may say. But you have to ask it. In order to make amends for your karma, if your life has gone like, oh my God, everything now has gone absolutely haywire, I have to really start making amends with my past to reconcile with people in order to say, you know what, I had a bit of a blip in the past, but you know what, now I've kind of learned something. And if I have learned it, then really I need to start apologising for my behaviour. So it's never too late in order to make amends. It doesn't mean that the other people are going to be respectful of that, but at least you know within yourself, you know what, I'm going to have to make amends and forgive, and also forget, and make amends with that before it's too late. Before it's too late. Right? Because this could also be representing death. But this could also be where some people are kind of like, you know what, I really don't want to pay my respects to that energy, or I don't want to go over and reconcile with someone that's going to be lost, or even from the past. It doesn't matter, because this is metaphysics. This can be past. Where someone's like, man, how do I cope in life now with everything that's been going wrong? Suddenly I realise that this person all along was right. Right, that actually was right. And that, you know, these could be people from like long time past that even of this. And they're kind of like thinking, you know what, all this time I've been calling this person, this blonde idiot, stupid and wrong. And now all of a sudden I actually watch this and realise, you know what, that person was actually right for speaking the truth. Right? They were in there right for what they did, because what I did to them was awful. Right? So it could be anybody. But your main message here is it's never too late to make amends. It's up to you. Okay. So, long reading, I know only 3 cards. Sorry, I have to earn a living. Okay. If you want to join Patron, you'll get a full spread reading for the 14th until the 21st, right, of what's to come. After that reading, the last reading of the week will only go to Patron, and that's going to be from now on. You get 3 weeklies, and the last week only goes to Patron. You also get a monthly. It does what it says on the tin. There's a plethora of readings all over there, and you can just watch them to your heart's content, or any kind of channel message, or anything that I come out with is normally over on Patreon that makes the money, right? It's the best kind of, sometimes it's the better readings. Like Gemini was, I wish I'd have done more cards, but I can't always do it because I change things up all the time, right? So generally anyway, if you want to know, if you join Patreon, it's different. It's also different at times. So what you will get is this one saying, right, full spread, clarified, what you've got coming up for your week. I'm going to clear these ones away. Okay, if they come out again, they do. But it's all on Patreon. It's only on the full access bundle. Okay, but there is a video provided below that tells you all about it for a start if you are unsure. Okay, that Shaw, name keeps coming up, Gary, Tina or Shaw. Okay, but it keeps coming up. So if you want to join, you can find every link possible to understand it below. Also videos, also check the community tab with a video that I did about evolving through the matrix and guiding yourself and understanding about fight and flight processes and the Akashic Book of Records and so on and so forth. Okay, all those kind of things are also vital in order to watch, because they are very informative messages to guide yourselves through times of turmoil and fight. Okay, why is the meaning of it all. Okay, so that's there also. But anything is provided below. Also Angel Radio, also if you like Angel Radio and the music production, very quickly, if you haven't already gone Libra, I'm just making a documentary series. setting. I predict music for future. So anyway, that is just a piece that I'm working on at the moment, if you like Angel Radio. But it's that kind of stuff that I mix, master and produce, and also make videos and score. So if you would like all those kind of things, you can find any link provided below for another channel that's actually called Angel Radio. It's predictions of also future messages that come out through the vocal cords and stuff that I also use. Okay? So thank you very much, Libra. I really do appreciate it, and I'll hope to catch you over on Patron.